Interesting thing tonight, and we'll kind of get into it here in a second after the anthem, I believe.
Between the Elmhurst University Blue Jays and your Wheaton College Thunder. At this time, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. And now this afternoon's starting lineups, beginning with Elmhurst University. Number 10, senior guard, Marissa Urso. Number 11, senior guard, Mia Reese. Number 23, senior guard, Kelly Wayrick. Number 24, senior guard, Elena Cabrera. And number 34, senior forward, Courtney O'Donnell. The Blue Jays are coached by Tethany Carrillo. And for your Wheaton College Thunder, a freshman guard, number 4, 5'8", from Victoria, Minnesota, Lily Schwen. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior from Fishers, Indiana, number 12, Hannah Williams. A 5'10" junior guard from Wheaton, Illinois, number 22, Hannah Swider. A junior forward, standing at 5'10" from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 30, Taylor Sanders. And a 5'10" sophomore guard from Elburn, Illinois, number 33, Annie Tate. The Thunder are coached by Kent Madsen.
All right, getting ready for this one, tip-off between what looks like to be roughly the same starting lineup that the Thunder started in this last matchup between these two teams.
Yeah, and John Mark, interesting thing here is when you're playing this quick of a back-to-back and you won by 20 as Wheaton did, it's what adjustments can Elmhurst make? They can really analyze their film and try to make some changes. For Wheaton, you've got to find one or two, but then you've also got to get in your girls' heads that, hey, Elmhurst is going to bring a different mentality to this game. Just because you beat them by 20 previously doesn't mean it's going to play like that this time around.
Yep, exactly, and it was that quick start that really got the Thunder just kind of in a position where they could just play with that lead. So we'll see if Thunder can get off to that fast start, as that's Elmhurst driving the basket. That's number 10, Urso there. The ball is picked up by Hannah Williams and goes off of Urso's leg and out of bounds. The Thunder starting a lot of familiar faces from last year, but also a much different look from last year as well, as obviously Hannah Frazier, the senior, who just absolutely dominated over her career with the Thunder, now gone, and just a lot of sophomores and juniors having to step up for the Thunder this year.
Right, a much more perimeter-oriented group, as you can see even right away. with Wheaton spreading it out, but able to go inside to Tate. She is a nice player who's got a diverse game and trying to, for lack of a way to put it, pick up the slack where Frazier graduated as that interior scorer for the Thunder.
Yep, and Tate only scored 2 points last season in her freshman year, and now she's taken on a huge role, averaging 15 points so far this year. So that's, definitely picking up the slack, like you said, as it's the Blue Jays with the ball now. Urso moving it into the corner for Reese. Now kicking it out to Wyrick, who finds, I believe that's Urso in the corner for 3. That one's off the mark, and the ball is collected by Sanders and then out of bounds off of O'Donnell.
And another early small adjustment we've seen from Wheaton is their perimeter players are switching when they have the opportunities to do so. I think they feel pretty comfortable that they match up pretty well across the board on the perimeter, and you'll see some switching. We'll see how Elmhurst will handle that, something Wheaton didn't do in the first matchup.
Number 22, Hannah Swider, bringing up court, leaving it for Hannah Williams. Now back up to Williams at the top of the key. And swings it out to the freshman, I believe that's Lily Schwen. That one's off the mark, however, and the ball is brought back up by the Blue Jays. This one kicked up for a fast rush play. That's Lily Schwen on defense there. Nice play. Maybe got a hand on that. Hard to tell. She'll bring it back up court and move it over to Swider. Swider back over in the corner, decides not to take that shot. I believe that was Zeller, and gets called for the travel.
Yeah, tough one there for Taylor. That's not really her game to shoot from the perimeter, and kind of got caught a little bit of in a no man's land for, and obviously shuffled the feet when trying to attack there.
Number 23, Wyrick, the senior. This is a I believe 5 seniors for Elmhurst to start this game, so definitely a very experienced group here, as it's Urso handing it off to Cabrera in the corner. Cabrera working on Swider, moves it back out and gets it back for an open look for 3, and hits that one for the first bucket of the game for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, a little bit of a situation where there was some overhelping there, and it led to an open opportunity for Elmhurst. A couple possessions for Elmhurst as Swider makes a nice drive there. Elmhurst has been able to penetrate the basketball. Wheaton's got to be a little more sound on dribble penetration, which will create open looks as it did previously for Elmhurst, but a nice response there from Hannah getting to the rim.
Wyrick now moves it over to Cabrera, who takes the mid-range jumper and hits that one. And
we're seeing it again. Elmhurst is doing a good job of getting downhill, creating opportunities where people are helping or maybe shouldn't be helping from certain spots, and it's getting them opportunities.
Williams now over to Swider. Swider receives the ball back here, one-on-one with her defender. Now back into the corner. Zeller working and tries to get it over her defender, but can't quite get it, and that's corralled by Urso. Now going right in, finds O'Donnell. That's a wide open, and that one will fall.
Yeah, and already here, John Mark, we've seen a good response from Elmhurst to start the game in terms of some of the adjustments they've made and attacking off the bounce, and also just the way that they're playing confidently out there. And that's what you don't want to have happen if you're Wheaton, is allow a team like Elmhurst to start to get some confidence in this game and start to believe, hey, we can pull the upset off in King.
Yeah, and excuse me, that's Sanders who's out there starting for the Thunder, is now 31 Ellie Castles subs in. And the Blue Jays will start bringing it up court. The 3-point lead. Wyrick quarterbacking the play, as she so often does for this Blue Jays team. Moves it into O'Donnell, who finds Cabrera with some penetration, but now surrounded by 3 Wheaton defenders, and she'll get called for the travel. That's some nice D by the Thunder.
Yeah, good job from Wheaton, obviously using some of that length and size here to make life tough around the basket for the Blue Jays.
Swider brings it up court. Got Peyton Schmidt on her. Finds Castle. Castle one-on-one with O'Donnell, moves it to Swider, who cuts and then finds, I believe that's Annie Tate in the corner. That one rims out. Now bringing it back up court is Wyrick, who has Peyton Schmidt cutting, but can't find her. Now Schmidt and Swider in the corner. Schmidt finds Cabrera. Goes back to Schmidt and now to Wyrick. So gets swung around to Cabrera again. Shot clock running low here for the Blue Jays, and it's O'Donnell down low. Gets it out to Peyton, who opts not to take the shot, drives and puts that one up as the shot clock expires, and That's an air ball.
Yep, pretty good possession overall by the Thunder. Really didn't allow any driving lanes there for Elmhurst, and that was, good 30 seconds of defense. They've got to continue to that and limit the dribble penetration. I think Elmhurst will struggle if they aren't able to drive the ball and create opportunities for each other.
Swider now, such a core component of this Thunder team, eats up a lot of minutes. Junior. This one goes over, and that's a shot from Tate, also off the mark. That's her first 3-point attempt of the game.
Yeah, and you can hear Coach Madsen. It's nice when there's not a crowd here. You can hear everything they're talking about. And Coach Madsen made a great point. They've now taken quite a few jump shots in the last few possessions. Need to get the ball to the rim, try to create a scoring opportunity in close, and sort of resettle the game.
Yeah, and it really was Tate and Castle providing a lot of the spark for the Thunder inside in that last game. Tate had 20 points as that's Schmidt driving the basket and drawing the foul. But yeah, so we'll see if the Thunder can try to get that penetration, try to dominate down low like they did last game, because they do seem to have that height advantage generally over the Blue Jays. As Schmidt goes to the line. Gets that one to fall. Thunder also heavily outperformed or outchanced, at least from the free throw line, the Blue Jays in the last game. So that was definitely a big difference in the game as well.
No question. That's another piece of getting the ball to the basket. You're going to create foul opportunities and chances to get to the line. So we see Zoe Nordling here checking into the game for the Thunder as well. And right away, good penetration, created a shot opportunity. And now, right on cue, as you were mentioning, John Mark, Ellie Castle's going to get herself to the line.
Yep. Yeah, Nordling finding Castle inside there. And this will be the first free throws for the Thunder of the game. And yeah, a team that really is looking like it's pretty much run by sophomores and juniors for the Thunder. Just definitely a different look, and all these players were, role players for sure on the Thunder last year, but just taking that next step, and all of these sophomores gaining a lot more minutes and play time than they were last year.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit. And obviously, Hannah Williams at the top as the senior that's playing is kind of leading the charge for them, but it's great to have some youth that is getting great experience right now. And opportunities just be in competitive CCIW games, which will benefit them long term as a program that has been very successful in this league for a while now.
And that's O'Donnell getting blocked there. O'Donnell was the leading scorer for the Blue Jays in their loss to the Thunder on Tuesday, as it's Hannah Williams here now, moving it to Tate, who gets it to Nordling. Nordling surveys, taking her time with number 10, Urso, on her, and drives the basket, lays that one up, and it doesn't drop, but I believe she'll be sent to the line on this one.
And two good early possessions here since Nordling has gotten into the game. She's been able to use her speed and quickness, which is one of her best assets, in getting the ball to the basket, creating opportunities for the Thunder, both for herself and the previous possession for Castle. This is what you want to see from Wheaton is the ability to penetrate, get the ball to the rim, use your speed and height, and create scoring chances.
Zeller hits that one, is number 24 for the Thunder, that's Nordling hitting the free throw and Zeller checking in for the Thunder now. So that puts Williams, Zeller, Nordling, Castle, and Tate, the current 5 out there for the Thunder. So we have a little bit of a stoppage here, something going on at the scorer's table. And we'll see if Nordling's going to get her second free throw here. Just a little bit of a discussion going on. Not sure what the holdup is. But yeah, the Thunder so far definitely not at the pace that they were last game. They were around 20 points at the first quarter. That amount of offensive production just doesn't seem to be something they're able to match right now. They started off really hot, and we'll see what they do now that they're just not really, getting off to that hot start that they did last game.
Yeah, and some of that, John Mark, is just it's human nature. When you've beaten a team by 20 just a couple nights ago, it's really hard from a coaching perspective to get your group up to the level they need to be until they kind of get into that moment. We ran into a similar situation last week with Milliken, where we went on the road there, beat them, controlled the first half certainly, and kind of ended up closing the game out. And then they came in here and hit us right in the mouth, and we were down double digits early and had to really respond and realize, oh, Milliken came to play. Well, Elmhurst is doing the same thing here today, and credit to them and to their staff for getting them ready to play and really making, like we said, some adjustments and doing a good job of making Wheaton really have to defend them off the bounce.
Yeah, and making the Thunder take more difficult shots than they did last game, as that's Schmidt throwing that one up, and that one's just off target. But, yeah, just in general, this is a much lower scoring game all around from both teams so far. Just much more defensive, and shots just aren't falling as much as Castle now. Steps back, and that gets blocked, but she'll draw the foul on, I believe that was number 30, Musato, for the Blue Jays.
And good minutes here from Castle off the bench. She's done a good job defensively, using her length and size around the rim. Obviously making things difficult there, but certainly rebounding. And then on the offensive end, has just done a good job off the penetration from Nordling, and then in the post, creating scoring for Wheaton and getting them right now with a chance to tie the game up.
Yeah, Castle and Nordling entering this game seem to have really sparked the Thunder a little bit, as Castle looks to tie this game up if she can hit this second free throw. Which she will. So we're all square at 8 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this first quarter. Cabrera and number 12, Caitlin Matrice, in now for the Blue Jays. Matrice, one of the freshmen here for the Blue Jays that gets a substantial amount of play, as it's Wyrick now moving across to Cabrera. Finds Matrice. Now Wyrick with a long three, that's off target, and rebound collected, but then stripped free by Schmidt. Nice play. That layup will not go, however. And 2 opportunities there for the Blue Jays and can't capitalize on either.
Yeah, it was a tough play for Elmhurst. Obviously made a good heads-up play to steal that basketball off the rebound, and just couldn't quite finish it. But well done by the Thunder to get out of there. And obviously now getting themselves back to the line. Elmhurst has really struggled with being able to keep Wheaton in front of them, and certainly has fouled quite a bit, which has gotten Wheaton in the bonus and will be in the bonus here for the remainder of the quarter.
Yeah, I believe that's 3 straight trips to the foul line for these last 3 possessions for the Thunder. So after not getting to the line at the start of this quarter, they're definitely been able to do that in these last few drives, as it's Nordling for her second of 2, and she hits both. So the Thunder have had to work hard, definitely, for the points that they've gotten, but they still have a 2-point lead. As it's Wyrick now over to Marissa Musato. Moves it back for Wyrick. This one finds Schmidt in the corner. Swider guarding her. Wyrick with Nordling on her. Now Matrice. Matrice with time running out on this shot clock a little bit, and we'll believe that's a foul called on Schweider on the reach-in, maybe.
Yeah, tough one there. Hannah did a good job getting the passing lane, and it just kind of was cut into, and the ball was thrown, and it just one of those where you just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately. That was a really good defensive possession from Wheaton. The ball had been on the perimeter the entire time. They've really limited the dribble penetration this second half of the quarter here, which has kept Elmhurst from really getting any opportunities that they were getting early on.
Sato now. Castle guarding her. Goes into 2 Wheaton defenders and can't get that one to drop. Thunder also doing a good job of just making the Blue Jays have to hit hard shots, which they haven't been able to do in these last few possessions. We got Nordling now running these plays. She's got Williams to her left. Moves it to, and gets it back to Williams now. That's number 24, Zeller for the Thunder. Puts that shot up, and it's good.
That's what Bonnie does. She's done that throughout her career, hit big shots from the perimeter. A nice execution from Wheaton there to get Zeller a good look. It's good to get your bench going here as well and find some points from folks off the bench to contribute. Obviously, they've got three players for the Thunder who score in double figures. You like to see those extra points from others from key spots like that.
If that's Cabrera, thought about the shot maybe, and then goes in to the paint again and can't get that one to go, but that's deflected by Wyrick and now picked up by Matrice. Doesn't have any numbers with her, though, and has to kick it back out to Cabrera, who thinks again about the shot but doesn't pull the trigger. Matrice now driving. Meets opposition, finds Schmidt, who takes the open look off the glass, is no good. Picked up by Zeller and now handed back to Nordling. So we enter the final 48 seconds of this first quarter. Nordling over to Swider. Now inside to Castle for 2.
Nice entry pass there from Hannah, and Castle did a good job of creating that seal opportunity leading right to a basket. That was good offense there from Wheaton. Let's see if they can finish this quarter here with a big stop.
Yep, Thunder extending their lead to 7 now. Wayrick swings it over to Matrice and now gets it back with a little bit of space on that baseline. Nice outlet pass. That one's wide open 3, but that's well off target from Schmidt. That was a good look, though. It was one of the more open looks from outside that the Blue Jays have had in this quarter. Just can't get it to fall. Now it'll be Nordling inbounding it to Swider with final 10 seconds to play. See if the Thunder can get a quick strike here to close out the quarter. Swider drives, moves it out to Nordling. Nordling throws that one up. Floater won't go, and that'll end the first quarter. Thunder with a 15-8 lead after, kind of getting into the rhythm, I think, at the end of this quarter, able to put up some points and have another lead like they did in the last game out of this first quarter.
Yeah, no question. And a lot of that was the bench that sparked it, right? You had Castle who did a great job on both ends of the floor. Nordling was creating opportunities. Zeller threw a 3 in. I mean, if I'm in that huddle right now, you're really looking at your bench group saying, hey, great job picking us up. We really started slow, and the bench crew came in and extended it, brought us back and actually extended this lead. That was a good job by the Thunder there off the bench and certainly defensively. Really, Elmhurst was unable to get the ball to the basket as much in the second half of that quarter, and that really hampered their opportunity to score. Elmhurst clearly is a team that needs to create for one another. Doesn't have too many players who are really able to create a whole lot for themselves, and Wheaton really limited that.
Yeah, definitely turned up the defensive intensity at the end, and just made it really difficult for the Blue Jays to get good looks at the basket. They seem to always be swarmed down low. This is a big game, I think, for the Blue Jays, especially at 1-3. You don't want to fall to 1-4. 2 and 3 looks a lot better than 1-4 if you're the Blue Jays. And the Thunder sitting at 3-1. They also dropped a game to Milliken, as you were mentioning, with the men's team in a similar situation. They took the first game, scored 90 points, and won that one. And then the follow-up game they dropped. Definitely looking to not have that sort of slump after that first victory. You beat a team, and like you've been saying, and maybe take them for granted in the next game. And the Thunder look to be doing a good job of that so far with this 7-point lead. Yeah,
good response. And really these first couple minutes here of this second quarter, Wheaton needs to kind of continue to put the hammer down, so to speak, and extend this league and not allow Elmhurst to start to believe a little bit again. Here's we get going. You've got a chance to kind of push this out, and if they can, really just lock down defensively and continue to attack offensively.
As that's now the freshman Lily Schwen playing it over to, now it's Swider with the ball.
Looks like we got Anna Mooney in the game for her first action as well, the freshman out of Holt, Michigan.
Yep. Anna Mooney in the game. Throws that one up and gets it to go.
Hey, right on cue. Good drive by Mooney and a great finish with her left hand, too.
Wyrick now moves it over to Urso. Now up top for O'Donnell. Gets it back, can't get any separation from her defender, but finally does and gets, that's Zeller to bite there, but doesn't get a good look, and now it goes back up to Wyrick. Nice little feed inside. That's an easy shot, but doesn't get it to go, but will draw the foul and get the basket to go there. So it looked like she missed the easy one and then made the harder one on the second try.
Yeah, it was a nice job there from Elmhurst. Dribble penetrating, drawing the help, and dropping the pass off, and then obviously missed the first one, but a good job getting the offensive rebound there and putting it in. From Courtney O'Donnell, who obviously had 17 against Wheaton there on Thursday as well, so a person they're relying on scoring-wise.
Yeah, O'Donnell was a huge factor in Tuesday's game. As it's Williams now with a nice step back shot and hits that. That's a 2, but that's a nice shot there from Williams.
Seen that a time or two over her career. Hannah Williams has been a phenomenal player for Wheaton, and glad she's getting to maximize as much as she can here of her senior year.
Yeah, as you said, very much leading the charge for the Thunder, leading the team in average minutes. So she's just so key, as that's another long shot from Wyrick, and she gets that one to rattle home. This one, quick fast break play up to, I think that's Mooney again with the 2. Nice quick strike from the Thunder to respond to that 3 from Wyrick.
Yep, good job there by Wheaton. We've saw Elmhurst throw a 3 in there. One of the historic keys I've known with the Elmhurst women's teams. If you can do a good job of limiting them from the 3-point line, they do struggle. Just their philosophy, the way that they play. Wheaton has had success when they've kept Elmhurst from being able to hit a lot of 3s and sort of get the ball rolling that way.
That's a big 3, and I believe was their first of the game there for the Blue Jays. As now Swider brings it up court with Schwen on her right. Williams cuts, doesn't receive the ball, and that's Schwen trying to get into Williams, but gets blocked and gets it back. Now Mooney over to Williams. Now over to Schwen, who corrals that one and gets it to drop. Looks like she mishandled maybe a little bit, but then got the 3 to fall.
Yeah, nice job there from Schwen. Good penetration from Williams, kicking it to her. Being around here in the Krauser Sports Complex as much as I am, I've seen Schwen out here working, getting on the gun, and getting shots up outside of practice time, and that's paying off for her. It's great to see a freshman who understands the work ethic and what you've got to do here at the college level to make yourself a good player, and she's put that time in, and it paid off with that corner 3.
Yep, and we got a time. Who called that timeout, by the way?
I believe Elmhurst called that one.
Elmhurst got the timeout, okay. As it's a 24-14 lead for the Thunder, extending it to around kind of the lead that they played with, I think, for much of the last game. And yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and Wheaton's really got to lock in a little bit right now. It's a little tempting with a lead around here and the way they felt from the other night to kind of feel like, hey, we can just sort of trade baskets. That's not what you want. It's not what you want, generally speaking, and certainly not what you want to build off of. If you're going to be a team that Wheaton has been, which is a CCIW champion caliber team, it's when you're facing a team that you're better than and you're building, you've really got to be able to put that team away and not be in the mindset of just, hey, we can kind of trade baskets and coast to it. That's just not going to work for you.
Yeah. That's Usato taking the shot, and that was a good D from Swider, I think, there, and we'll have a looks like, was that a jump ball?
Like a jump ball there,
ball?
Yeah.
Which will arrow go into the Blue Jays. That's a nice little feed. Nice cut in there from Urso. Seemed to have the Thunder sleeping a little bit on that play.
Yeah, that's a freshman who will learn learn a little more there on how to defend baseline inbounds plays. Mooney's done a great job out there for Wheaton, and that's just something you get with experience. And so you've got to stay between. When the ball's under the basket, you're actually, as Coach Showers always said, the floor is inverted. You've got to be between your person and the ball, and the ball is actually on the other end of the floor. You've got to be positioned there, and that's a tough lesson to learn in a game like this, but she'll get there. Mooney's been, like I said, is a good freshman for them, and she'll continue to grow and evolve.
Yeah, has 2 quick baskets for the Thunder upon entering the game. As it's that's Urso moving it up and now down into O'Donnell. Now kicks it out to Wyrick, who moves it across for our, I believe that's Reese inside, and that goes off of the leg of Swider, who now kicks it over to Mooney. Mooney loses it for a second, but gets it back, and now Swider finds Williams way cross court, who drives in and takes that little mid-range, but can't get it to fall. Now it's Wyrick. Moving across, has Reese cutting, and that pass is a little ambitious and stripped by Schwen. This one up court to Swider, who has an open look, but nice strip by can't tell who that was, but that was a good defensive play. That was Wyrick on the strip.
Yeah, 23 Wyrick. Good effort by her to get back down the floor and take away an easy basket. That's a senior for Elmhurst, just playing hard.
Williams now on the baseline, kicks it out, and now she gets the ball back here. Moves it over to Mooney, We got a foul maybe inside around Swider. I think, is that Swider called for that inside maybe on the bumping that was going on?
Yeah, that's a tough call. They were trying to take advantage, obviously, of a little bit of a mismatch there in terms of size and ability, and Hannah did a great job posting up. I don't know. That's a tough one. I would encourage her to keep posting aggressively like that. That looked pretty good from the Wheaton side.
Urso into Musato. We got another call here. Not sure what, away from the play maybe? I couldn't tell what happened here.
Yeah, a little bit of a moving screen there, but John Mark, that is a makeup call. That is what happens when maybe one on the other didn't go too well. Kent Matson gives a ref an earful, and ball ends up going the other way. It just kind of works out that way sometimes.
Yeah. Well, the Thunder back with it now. Nordling back in the game and gets the ball
nice
back
cut.
Immediately. Can't get it to go over her defender, though. But, yeah, as you said, a nice cut to get that look. It's 11 Mia Reese there, and that's a turnover. Go back the Thunder's way. So a few turnovers here from both teams.
Yeah, we're getting a little sloppy here. If you're Wheaton, you probably want to get into your best set, something you can do to sort of settle the game back down and find an opportunity to create a good scoring chance here. Let's see where they go.
Nordling to Schwen. Now to Williams.
Looks like Elmhurst now in a 2-3 here, John Mark.
Yep. Moves across to Schwen, goes inside for Williams. Now out to Nordling. This goes across for this open look, and that one's off the back of the rim, but then corralled by Nordling, who puts it up for 2.
Yeah, and a good effort by Hannah Williams, doing what she's always done, just making hustle plays, tipping that rebound, and Nordling finishing things up.
Now Wyrick gets a little space there, finds Urso across court. Now O'Donnell inside. Wyrick has a little space there, goes back into O'Donnell with Castle on her. Nice, that's just a hard work play there, getting it up over Castle.
Yeah, great job. And it looked like I think she got fouled. That probably was an and one opportunity, but a good job by O'Donnell working inside and scoring.
This one goes out to Zeller, which goes off the front of the rim, but right to Lily Schwen. Now to Nordling. Back to Williams. Nordling goes back inside to Williams, who gets it up and over a little too hard there. No call either way. And now Urso one-on-one with Nordling. Moves it back out to O'Donnell. Gets it inside to Musato, who gets a little bit of space, gets the offensive board, and will draw. Oh, no, get called for the travel there, and it'll go back to the Thunder.
Yeah. She shuffled her field, but I probably would have just expected it to equally have been a jump ball. Thunder got a little lucky, gambled for the steal on the post up there, but obviously Elmhurst missed the shot, so fortunate possession for the Thunder.
Schwen over to Williams.
And Elmhurst staying in that 2-3 zone.
Williams over to Zeller. Now up top, that's an open look for Schwen. That one goes off the left side of the rim and goes over to the corner where Urso finds it. Urso into Schmidt, who's back in this game, another freshman, and she'll get called for the travel. So that's 2 consecutive travel calls on the Blue Jays, and now the turnovers are kind of starting to mount up here for Elmhurst.
Yeah, and it's a team on the season coming into the game at 77 turnovers is, right there at a little over 19 a game. So obviously a team that does kick it around a little bit. But I will say, defensively for Elmhurst, their zone has caused some problems here for Wheaton. They've had to take some contested perimeter shots that haven't fallen, so it's allowed Elmhurst to kind of hang around. Obviously, here in the timeout, we'll see if Coach Madsen can draw up a play to get the Thunder a good, clean look out of the zone offense.
Yeah, both teams just in general seem to have to work a lot harder for the points that they've gotten this game than the last game. It's definitely just a lot scrappier and harder to get those good looks. And yeah, it's just interesting because the Thunder, if Elmhurst can continue to hang around, that's not really a position that the Thunder, played the team last time around. So if they're in this game late, we'll see how it goes. What Elmhurst can do if they're actually in striking distance.
Right, and Elmhurst now came back out in man-to-man. So nice little adjustment there from Elmhurst. Obviously, Wheaton in that timeout was probably drawing up a zone offensive set. You come out of man-to-man, it could potentially create a little bit of confusion, and I think that worked out for Elmhurst.
Yeah, and that was Castle with the shot there and went out of bounds. I think they're saying off of a Elmhurst defender. That's Williams moving it back out to Castle. Now over to Nordling, back into Castle. Back to Williams, who drives. Tries to get the scoop layup, and that's blocked by, I believe that's 0, Taylor Harrison, and she'll draw the foul.
Yep, a great drive from Williams. The Williams family is really good going to their right hand. That's Hannah and her brother Andrew, a sophomore on the men's basketball team. Hey, if you get downhill to their right hand, they're tough to stop. And I can see where Andrew probably picked that up from his big sister here.
And one thing to note is that we haven't seen that much of Annie Tate in this game so far, who had 15 points, averaging 15 points a game, and had 20 in the last matchup. So that's just an interesting change here for Coach Madsen, that she's just not getting as much time, it doesn't seem like, in this first half as she did last game.
Yeah, and some of that may very well be, obviously Castle has given them some good minutes. Obviously Nordling and Zeller have contributed too. Sometimes it's other players on your team that are doing things that are making winning plays, right? And it's nothing against Tate and her ability, who's been phenomenal for them. But when you've got a good team like Wheaton does, you've got depth and you've got players that on certain nights are just going to have it.
Yeah, Thunder got a lot of options. That one goes out to, that's number 12, Matrice. And now it's Nordling getting that defensive rebound. Got Urso on her. Takes her time and moves it over to Williams. Thunder with a 9-point lead, 27-18, as that's Castle with a nice little pivot, but can't get that one to drop, and Urso picks up the rebound. Moves it fast up court, and now over to Schmidt. Now Wayrick with possession now, into the corner for Urso. Thinks about it and moves it back over to Urso, and then who drives, cuts it out to Wayrick, who has an open look, a foot outside the three-point line, can't get it to drop, but offensive board picked up by the Blue Jays. Fresh shot clock for them as it goes back into the corner. Let's see what they can do with this second possession. Goes across, O'Donnell just decides to take it and had the separation and gets that one to fall.
Yeah, good job by Elmhurst there. They initially got, again, some good dribble penetration, created a pretty good three-point look from Wyrick. She just missed, corralled the long offensive rebound, and then got the ball back in the hands of their best player and got two. The last few possessions, Elmhurst has created good scoring opportunities. They've just missed open ones, and that's a lot of that has come, again, off of the dribble penetration. So credit to them. And if you're Wheaton, you're kind of feeling like, hey, they're missing. We're not stopping them on some of these possessions. We've got to do a better job of defending the basketball and obviously corralling that and only limiting Elmhurst to one opportunity offensively.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some open looks from Elmhurst so far this game, especially from three, but only, I believe, getting one to fall so far. So yeah, this game could definitely be even closer than it is at a 7-point lead for the Thunder, but they have been getting those misses from the Blue Jays, and it's now Schwen with the ball and moving it over to Castle, who swings it over to Williams. And
we've got Elmhurst back out of that timeout in a 2-3. And a good job by Wheaton reacting to that. Not the previous time out of a timeout, Elmhurst had switched defenses. Wheaton didn't quite handle it very well. Did a much better job there. Got the ball to the rim, and Nordling finishes again.
Yeah, switching defenses out of the timeout both times, and the Thunder are able to take advantage of that. As that's O'Donnell, who split two defenders but couldn't get it to drop. And that one went out of bounds. I think they're calling it on the Thunder, so it'll remain with Elmhurst.
Second time on a defensive rebound, Wheaton's turned it over. The forwards rebounding just a little too quickly, just trying to outlet it. And just hold the ball, relax, and find your guard. I know they want to get out and run on the break, but turning it over like that is a tough pill to swallow as a coach.
Urso to Matrice. That was a dangerous pass. I think if Williams had looked over, she could have picked that one off, but stays with. Got a foul here on the Thunder somewhere.
Yeah, we got Schwen. Just got beat for a second and kind of reached out and kind of grabbed her, and that obviously picked up a foul, and now she's going to have to take a seat.
Yep, that's Schwen taking a seat, and Anna Mooney, freshman replacing freshman here for the Thunder. picked out, and that's just nowhere near the intended target as that's taken away by Nordling, who drives and finds space and gets to the hoop but can't get that one to drop. That's a good drive from her. Now moved over wide open on this wing and then moves it over to Schmidt, but a little too low on the pass and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and a great job by Mooney rotating there, sprinting back. You know, it took away what probably would have been an easy 2 points had she not hustled and done a good job there of eliminating that opportunity.
Schmidt looking for an open outlet. And yeah, that's Coach Madsen, I believe, yelling, "See the ball" on that pass. Because that was, that's Wyrick for 3, another one off the mark. She does have the only 3 at that the Blue Jays have this game, but can't get that one to go.
And Thunder here, John Mark will hold for the last shot.
Yep, 15 seconds to go. Nordling taking her time, 9-point lead for the Thunder. Let's see if they can extend it to double digits going into the half. Finds Castle, who's been so solid for the Thunder so far. That one's just a little too hard, but the rebound picked up by Nordling, and she gets it to go.
Yeah, nice job by Castle trying to get to her spot, to her right hand, and got the shot up. And Nordling has proven to do a good job on the offensive glass this game, as quite honestly the entire Thunder team has. They've used their size and athletic ability to create second chance scoring, and right there at the end of the half, good to get that bucket and push the lead out to 11.
Yep, Thunder closing the half up by 11. Good first quarter all around, I would say, for both teams. And we'll see you after this halftime intermission back here at King Arena for this matchup.
Recent Wheaton graduate Aston Francis receiving his Jostens Trophy, and Aston has obviously been kind of a whirlwind experience, I'm sure, but we unfortunately didn't have the trophy out here, but it's a hefty piece of hardware.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely extravagant. You know, I'm very fortunate to be able to bring it back to Wheaton.
You've had a heck of a tour almost after the season wrapped up with the Bevo Francis Award and now this. What has the experience been like? Even take us through even the postseason run and then what that's been like after that wrapped up.
Yeah, no, it's just been great to be able to represent Wheaton College and my teammates and stuff, and the postseason experience with them was great. Just getting to experience the Final Four and things like that, and a couple more road trips with those guys. Creating memories that we won't forget for sure. And then after that, getting to meet some of the small college people I met at the Bevo Francis Award and the great people with the Jostens Award has been really cool just to meet them and get to network a little bit and, like I said, represent Wheaton.
So obviously everyone's familiar with 3 years you spent at Wheaton. What was it that really drew you to Wheaton coming after a first year at Tyler Junior College?
I think the faith-based institution is obviously the first thing that came to mind, and that was appealing to Wheaton. And the second thing was just very rigorous academics. So, wanted to challenge myself not only athletically, spiritually, and then also academically. And then the guys on the team, they just have magnetic personalities, guys you want to be around, want to do life with. That was one of the things Coach Schauer sold me on. These are guys that you're going to do life with, and so I'm very fortunate and very happy that I chose that group of guys.
You committed to a team that was 5-20 the year before. Those guys stuck around. Some of them left. Those guys that stuck around got to finish in a Final Four. How special was it? You didn't get to experience necessarily the 5-20, but to see that from their vantage point, how you guys finished on such a high after they started their career on such a low.
Yeah, no, it was very rewarding, I know, for them, and it was cool for me to see because those guys have worked so hard over the past 3 years. So for them to be able to be out there and just experience that, some of the guys who maybe weren't out there as much as we would have liked them to been or they would have liked to be, is very cool for them to get to experience that and kind of come full circle because they did work so hard to get there.
What really sticks out to you from that postseason run? Because obviously, I'm sure everyone points to the 62 in the game winner late in the game against Marietta, but you guys had a pretty special run where you beat you had a talented team in Worcester. You had to beat on the road. You had to go through a very good Augustana team for the third time. What was there a moment that sticks out or that feels a little more special than the rest of them?
I think the Augie game was probably the most special. Obviously, personally, it was cool to have the Marietta game in the Elite Eight, but the Augie game will always stick out in my mind because everyone contributed. That's obviously a team we know well. We're going to have to play well to beat them. Packed house, at their place. It's a conference rival, but certainly not a conference game. So that will always stand out because we had just everyone contributed. Everyone played well. It was electric in the gym, so it was very special.
When do most of us will never know what it's like to feel when you know you're on, like Marietta. When did you know that you had it that night? Was it when you pulled up from 27 in the first 5 minutes? Because I think you had 20 points in the bank in about 6 minutes there in that game.
I think so. Definitely had a heat check there where I pulled up, right near the volleyball line, and when I hit that, I was like, okay, I think we may be on to something here. So.
Now, what have you been doing? Obviously, you graduated in May. What's been the process since your graduation up until now?
So I had surgery for a stress fracture that I had actually during the season, trying to get that taken care of, and have just been rehabbing that, trying to get ready for a G League training camp with the Milwaukee Bucks here in about a month. So just working out and trying to make sure I'm 100% for that.
And obviously the Milwaukee Bucks, an organization you can feel some comfort with Tony Bellier in the front office. Definitely. And Artie Culver as the G League coach there for the Bucks team.
Oh yeah. No, definitely great to have some familiarity with those guys and to be able to kind of lean on them through this process. So very fortunate to be able to have a chance with the Bucks.
Have you had a chance to kind of soak it all in? I mean, you obviously had the surgery right after, but did you get a chance afterwards to just kind of look back and say, man, that was really appreciate what you guys were able to do?
Definitely. We had a wedding actually this summer of a teammate, Trevor Gunner, who also graduated last year, and getting together with mostly the seniors, but some of the guys on the team. We just kind of got to sit back and be like, man, this was really cool that we were able to accomplish this as a group. So I've had a little bit of time to reflect on it, and it is really cool what we were able to accomplish.
Well, Aston, thanks for taking some time to join us here. Congratulations again on the Jostens Trophy. And again, if you're in the Krauser Sports Complex, the Jostens Trophy is a beautiful piece of hardware, and it'll be on display. I think we might have to build a sturdier trophy case because I think what we have now, that thing's going to take down. That is a hefty piece of hardware.
Definitely.
Again, Aston Francis joining us here during the halftime break after receiving his Jostens Trophy during the halftime break.
Thanks, Rusty. I appreciate it.
Be inspired as you seek to make a difference in the lives of children as an elementary, middle, or high school teacher.
Be challenged by a strong academic program that prepares you for the leadership skills needed to lead a classroom.
Be equipped with the strategies and tools from experienced professors in a program that boasts a 100% passing rate for all licensure exams.
Be inspired to lead others to the Christian faith as professional English language teachers serving across the globe.
Be challenged as you dive deep into learning about other cultures while understanding how to create the bridge between English and the native language of your students.
Be equipped as you gain valuable skills and lessons from leading researchers and teachers in the field who have decades of experience and whose work spans 6 continents.
Welcome back to King Arena, where the Thunder have a 31-20 lead over the Elmhurst Blue Jays, and a first half that I think was really just characterized by, at least in part, by the Thunder, just the balanced attack that they were able to send the Blue Jays' way, especially in comparison to last game where it was really Swider and Tate really controlling and putting up a lot of points for the Thunder. But just that first half, we have Nordling leading the way with 9 points for the Thunder. And then after that, it's 4, 5, and 3. You know, these are the point totals that are being put up. Just very, I think, balanced from the Thunder for that first half.
Yep, a good balanced attack from Wheaton. And, our live stats were down for a second, so we were wondering why Annie Tate had been out. And reminded, obviously, here at halftime, she picked up 2 fouls early and missed some of that. So it'd be good to get her back on the floor. And what you really saw, again, that bench, between Castle, Nordling, Zeller, you start to look at their plus minus. They were their time in the game. They're plus 13, so they're doing a great job of filling in Tate's absence and really controlling the game. And if you're Wheaton, you look at they've gotten the line, taking 10 free throws relative to Elmhurst only taking 3. So forcing Elmhurst to, as the game went along, to take jump shots and contested ones. So good job by the Thunder of obviously getting to the ball, the basket, creating opportunities there, getting a lot of shots around the rim. And obviously that's reflected in the free throw disparity.
Yeah, and as for Elmhurst, they still have O'Donnell leading the way with 9 points as well. So her and Nordling both with 9, the game leaders, and that's similar to what we saw last game between these two teams, with O'Donnell really just being the biggest producer for the Blue Jays. As now it's Swider in possession of the ball. Only 2 points on the night, but as we've said, just showing that this team can function even if Swider or Tate don't have big games, as this one gets moved into Williams. Now into Tate, who does enter this game and puts up her first shot, and that's good. Made it look easy, too.
Yeah, right on cue, and good job by Wheaton getting Tate going, getting her back in the flow of the game after picking up those 2 fouls, and a good attack there from Annie.
Wyrick with the ball now, who has 3 points in this one, which was just the 1 3-pointer, which Elmhurst only has 2. As this one gets swung out to Cabrera, who has the other 3-pointer for the Blue Jays. And this one's picked up by Urso under the basket, and that one's put up in drops for Elmhurst.
Yeah, it was a pretty good possession there from Wheaton, and didn't just finish it out with a rebound, and obviously gave an easy opportunity for Elmhurst.
Swider with the long 3 that goes off the rim and doesn't look like it can be saved by Schwinn there in the corner. And now it'll be Wyrick inbounding it to Cabrera. We'll give it back to Wyrick. Yeah, Wyrick playing all 20 minutes in the first half. Even though she's not maybe putting up the points right now, she's just obviously so vital to just facilitating the play for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, senior guard, and you know, teams that win, you know, in the league, and teams that have success are led by seniors, and so she's got to continue to step into that, and I think is doing her part to try to help Elmhurst be a successful team.
Yeah, as that pass is stripped, and it's Schwinn laying that one in, even though with the pressure from Cabrera from behind, is still able to get that one to go. Thunder now extending their lead to 13. As it's Wyrick with the ball. Over to Urso. Urso one-on-one. A little bit of dribbling there, then cuts it back out. Now it's Cabrera. Into Reese, who a little bit of an ill-advised pass there, and it's stripped by Schwinn, who finds Williams on the 2-on-1, and she'll get fouled, and we'll head to the line.
Yeah, and a good possession from Wheaton, and want to credit really Taylor Sanders' effort in the post. Elmhurst was trying to go for round 1 and dump it into their best player, and Taylor was just working hard. And a lot of post defense is just your willingness to work hard in the post, to work to get around, to deny, to have footwork. You know, the contact and physicality really will ultimately benefit the offense. But what Taylor did was just use good footwork and play her angles and deny those entry opportunities.
And that's Williams at the line now. Shooting her second of 2. Thunder are 7 for 10 from the line so far in this game. As the Blue Jays are only 2 for 3, so we see that free throw disparity just much like we saw last game coming into play. It's Urso now. Trying to find an opening, moves it to Schmidt. Finds, I believe this is, can't tell who that is, but it goes out to O'Donnell, who takes the fake there and then throws that one up off the glass and in. O'Donnell picking up her 11th point of the night.
Yeah, good job there by 10 Urso, penetrating, get it to O'Donnell, and O'Donnell with a good finish. And we got a timeout here from Elmhurst.
Yep, and now still remains at a 13-point lead, the largest lead of the game for the Thunder so far. And that's pretty much right around where we've been seeing it last game for the Thunder as well. So this is, I think, pretty comfortable for them, where they're used to playing.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a dangerous number too, because you know, a little bit of a drought and a couple of those threes from Elmhurst that fall, and next thing you know, the lead's cut in half. You feel like you think you can relax in that kind of low teens range, but you really can't. It's pretty. This game can move quickly, and things can change if you're not able to kind of try to push that out or really keep your foot on the gas.
Swider now gets around
Great
Schmidt
job.
Easily, but can't get it to go, and then that's rebound by.
Yeah.
I think that was that Nordling again, or was that?
That was
no,
Sanders.
that was Sanders.
Yep. And a good job by Swider. You know, I know she's frustrated with herself for missing that one, but the fact that she was putting it on the deck and getting it to the basket created this situation for Sanders. Again, Wheaton has a size advantage and is doing a good job on the offensive glass, and Hannah should feel good about, hey, that was a good drive. She'll hit the next one, but it created the opportunity for Wheaton. And again, another offensive rebounder here for the Thunder off the free throw.
Yeah, and picked up that huge rebound, but then they'll go right back to Elmhurst.
Yeah, Sanders again just shuffling her feet a little bit on that drive. Just trying to go a little too fast for herself, and a turnover similar to one from the first half too. But she's done a great job here. Let's see her continue to play good post defense on O'Donnell.
Yep, and O'Donnell moves it over. Now gives it to number 11, Mia Reese, and now that shot goes up, just rims out. Looked like it might have fallen, but does not, and then looks like she gets called for stepping out. Is that Sanders stepping out of bounds, I think, there?
Yeah, good effort by her. Good rotation by Schwen there, which made that shot be a little challenged on the drive, and just kind of unfortunate where the ball fell for the Thunder for Sanders, landing out of bounds. Let's get another good possession here for Wheaton.
Cabrera to Wyrick. Drive finds Cabrera, cutting along the baseline, and that puts up that mid-range too. That doesn't fall. Now quickly moved up to Swider. Swider one-on-one with Wyrick. Moves it across. This is a wide open look for Tate, and that doesn't fall. Now back up court comes Schmidt. Picking up the pace here for both teams is Cabrera right back with another shot. That one's off. But then the rebound found and given back to Urso. Schmidt now off the hands of Cabrera, who is able to maintain possession. Into O'Donnell, who gets some space and gets that one to fall.
Nice job by Elmhurst, kind of taking advantage of there. Obviously, we've shown Sanders is really Wheaton's best and primary post defender here with this starting group, and there was a switch, and Tate ended up on her, and they got it into O'Donnell and took advantage of it.
It's Tate now over to Swider. Tate calls for it inside, doesn't get it, but then moves over across to Sanders, who looked like he was going to go, but rims out and then collected back by Tate, and that is good. And we have a whistle here. I think timeout from the Thunder.
Yeah, timeout by Coach Madsen, and Elmhurst back in the 2-3, and once again Wheaton did a good job of creating a good scoring opportunity, a good look for Sanders, and she missed, but crashing the glass and finding ways to manufacture points on second chance has been kind of the name of the game for Wheaton here in the second half.
Yeah, and Elmhurst has given the Thunder those second chances with the amount of turnovers that they do have this game so far, at 12, currently doubling up the Thunder in terms of turnovers. Thunder have 6. Blue Jays have 12 on the night, so that's definitely been a factor in this game. And as I think you mentioned earlier, Elmhurst does tend to be a little bit looser with the ball, as we've seen throughout the year, so Thunder able to take advantage of that. Now out of that timeout, we'll see what Elmhurst can do with Wyrick with the ball now, moves it over to Cabrera. Now O'Donnell. Back into Cabrera, who nice little move
cut,
there.
Good action there from Elmhurst.
Yeah. That's one of the cleaner looking plays I think we've seen them run all night. Honestly, that's a very open look, and those open looks have been scarce for them as Swider takes a long three and gets that one to
Use
go.
that one up. There she goes. Yep, and that was great job by Wheaton. Good job of attacking the zone and getting the ball inside and kicking it out, and Swider buries it.
Yeah, if Swider can get going too, that's just going to spell even more problems for Elmhurst. She's been relatively quiet, as we've said, from a pure point perspective, but getting that three to go, so that gets her going, and that's Wyrick with another outside three. Doesn't get it to go. She's tried a few of those, but not many of them seem to be dropping for her.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough night here for Wyrick, but she's getting some pretty clean looks. Wheaton is kind of gambling on those. If she starts to see one or two go down with the number of clean ones she's got, she might be able to help Elmhurst kind of claw its way back into the game.
And that would have been a big response if she could have buried that three in response to Swider's three.
Yep, Elmhurst back to the man-to-man. We've got Nordling obviously in here, and Castle as well have returned. So see if that bench group can provide the same minutes and spark as they did in the first half.
Yep, the Nordling and Castle both in. Castle decides just to take it, and that one doesn't quite go. But I like the confidence in the shot. Now it's Urso. Over to Cabrera. She can hit from outside for sure. Wyrick now swings it back over to Urso. Drives with Williams on her and throws up a wild shot and will draw the foul.
Yeah, I was able to get down. Urso did a nice job getting downhill off of the ball screen there, and Williams was kind of stuck on her hip, and good aggressive drive by Urso, drawing that contact and creating the opportunity for Elmhurst to get to the foul line.
hits the first. And now 6 players for the Thunder with at least 5 points on the night. Nordling still leading the team with 9. And now Swider brings it up court. Drives, now kicks it back out to Nordling. Over to Williams. Williams has Tate on the inside, Swider now. Now goes inside off the hands of, I think Wyrick got her hands on that one and went out of bounds.
Yeah, good defensive play by Wyrick. Good cut by Williams and look, but Wyrick did a good job of defending that and tipping it out of bounds.
That one goes out to Castle using her height to get that one. Swider now for 3, see if she can hit another one, and she does. Back-to-back 3s for Swider.
Really good execution there by Wheaton, kind of running a little bit of an adjustment to that baseline out of bounds set, and we saw Swider throwing in, and she can get going. She can start to pile a few in here. Once she sees one go down, she can get pretty electric from the outside.
Yep, she's got 8 points on the night now. Her second 3, nice block there by Castle.
Yeah, good job by Elmhurst getting the ball inside, and Castle just made a play defensively. She got beat a little bit on the lob, but used her length to make up for it. Sometimes the physical God-giftedness that players have can help them cover a few mistakes they might make, and she did a good job with that there. But right back at it, they go inside and get 2 points there from Harrison.
That's Tate getting called for the travel there. Looked a little confused on that call after that one went down, but
yeah, a couple times there Wheaton's been called for that. Just trying to go a little too fast. You end up shuffling your feet and get that quick call. And Elmhurst now with a chance to try to get this under 15 and start to work its way back in.
Cabrera over to Schmidt, who drives in a nice feed inside, but that's an equally nice defensive play by Castle to stop that play in its tracks. Now it's Nordling. Been so good for the Thunder tonight. Really providing that spark, like we said, in the first half, getting the team going. Now it's Williams. Out to Swider. Swider steps back, finds Castle on the far side, has a little bit of space here and gets under the basket and won't get it to go, but will draw the foul.
Yeah, good pass and a good job by Ellie, really using the rim, using the other side of the basket to kind of shield off her defender and create the opportunity and drew the foul, and now she's going to get herself to the line.
Yeah, you could tell that she knew that she had that bit of space on the baseline and took advantage of it. And gets the first one to go. And the second one is just off. And that's Urso collecting that ball. We'll bring it back up court. Urso pivots, looks, finds Cabrera. Cabrera with Swider on her. Moves to the center, goes inside. Yeah, Castle was all over her, and looks like she'll get called for the foul.
Yeah, got a little flat and out of position and then tried to make up for it at the last minute and kind of lunged at the basketball and really went through Harrison, who did a good job of posting. Good minutes there from Elmhurst by Harrison. Really spelling O'Donnell and creating some baskets for Elmhurst and helping. That's quality minutes from the junior for Elmhurst.
And we definitely saw a lot of Harrison in the last matchup between these two teams. As it's Wyrick to shoot 2. And to add to the amount of free throws that Elmhurst has taken so far. Just at 5 for 6, so they've been good from the line when they've gotten there. They just haven't gotten there quite as much as the Thunder have, who are 10 for 15 from the line.
Yeah, they're now up to obviously 6 for 7, so they've made a concerted effort to get the ball to basket, and they've now shot more free throws here in this quarter with time to go than they shot the whole first half. So good adjustment from Elmhurst.
Swider up top for Castle, who takes that 2, which is a little short, but then collected by Tate, and Tate gets the putback.
Great job by Annie, just having a size and physicality advantage and got that offensive rebound for the easy 2.
And that's what we saw her do all last game, so good to see that from her again. As we said, the 2 fouls kind of kept her out of commission early on, and now it's Urso down low, moves it out to Cabrera, who takes the 3. She's made one so far this game, and she'll make her 2nd of the night.
Yeah, Elmhurst has had some clean looks from out there, and now we see Cabrera throw one in, and they might, we'll see if that leads to more from Elmhurst. Wheaton's kind of been allowing a few of those looks and needs to tighten that up a bit. Great effort by Wyrick.
Yeah. And that's off the hands of Tate, they're saying, and it will go back to Elmhurst.
And John Mark, you've mentioned that obviously Elmhurst that Wyrick's played the entire game so far. You look over at the bench; they've only got a handful of players on that bench right now who are actually in uniform. Looks like I think 4. So she's having to play a lot of minutes, and real credit to her for playing as hard as she is. You love seeing that from a senior who's gone through their 4 years and is just battling every game, no matter what the score is. Credit to her.
Yeah, really all these seniors with Urso and Wyrick and O'Donnell with the minutes. All 3 over 20 right now as Swider brings it back up court and seemed to catch Elmhurst sleeping a little bit and just finds the easy 2.
Yeah, Elmhurst got another 3 and was able to cut it to 10, but Hannah with a good job of attacking back quickly in transition, which really kind of helped stem that. Elmhurst started to feel like they were creeping back in a bit, but took that basket away. That was big.
Yeah, O'Donnell throws up, looked to be a really difficult shot and can't get it to go as Nordling again drives. That one a little short, gets her own rebound and will draw the foul.
Yeah, Wheaton in transition is just tough to stop. They've got so many players who have the ability to handle the ball, attack the basket, and they've really responded well here to that. Make or miss, pushing and seeing what they can do.
Yeah, real good display of that on those last 2 possessions with the Thunder in transition, both Swider and now Nordling just getting out on the break and posing trouble for the Blue Jays. As the 2nd of 2 will go up, and that's good. Thunder also just shooting well from the free throw line when they've had the opportunity. Urso now with just 4 seconds to go, has to get up a shot, throws it out, and that one is blocked. Nice play by Tate to stop that play.
Yeah. And a good job by Wheaton there. It's the 3rd straight possession. Elmhurst created a 3-point opportunity, but the Thunder adjusting a little bit and getting out a little more aggressively to that 3-point line, and a good job by Tate using her length to block that shot.
Yeah, so end of the 3rd quarter, it's a 14-point lead for the Thunder, so had a lot of back and forth. It's kind of stayed at around this range, the 12, 13, 14-point range. Yeah, with 10 minutes to go, 1 more quarter to play, we'll see what Elmhurst can do. I think we've seen them definitely go for the 3s recently, and we'll see if that's something that they're going to try to implement into this game to try to get back in it. But yeah, what are you looking for, do you think, from Elmhurst just going in this one, see if they can make up this deficit?
Yeah, if you're Elmhurst, obviously one of the big things you got to do was right there at the end of the half was obviously being able to stop the ball in transition. But broadly speaking, they've got to find a way to rebound the ball. I understand they're a little undersized, but some of that is just a decision to be tough on the defensive glass, to box out and to go pursue it. Wheaton has really hurt them. Even when they've missed, the Thunder have been able to create second chance opportunities. So if you're Elmhurst, you got to eliminate those, and obviously stop the ball in transition. And then the offensive end, continue to attack. Go play through your best player. Get the ball to O'Donnell, and see if she can score. And then certainly for Wheaton, continue to push, right? Continue to play in transition, be aggressive, attack the basket. If you don't score at the rim, what you're going to do is you're probably going to get a chance for an offensive rebound, right? They've done that a couple times on that penetration where they haven't finished, but they've created a second chance opportunity. So if you're Wheaton, continue to do that and really guard the line here, right? The way Elmhurst can come back is start to throw a few more of those 3s in. Wheaton's got to get out and close those 3s off and not allow Elmhurst those 3-point scoring opportunities to be so clean.
Yep, so we'll see how this progresses as the 4th quarter is now underway. See if the Thunder can hold on to this lead as it's Wyrick now. Moving it into O'Donnell, who throws it out, but that's nice defense. Wheaton swarming the pass and able to pick it off. Now it's Williams out to Tate, who's been able to make her way back in the game and keeps her dribble on the floor. We'll get, I think that's a foul will be called on that play. And
yeah, a little Harlem Globetrotters display there. Probably got fouled. I don't know that you can get knocked over like that and have a foul not get called, but hey, she was able to keep control, and Wheaton gets the ball back.
Up, and Williams puts up the three and buries it. That's just a huge swing. Turnover on one end from Elmhurst into a big three for the Thunder.
Yeah, good execution there. They run a lot of their baseline stuff to Williams and some counters and things, and she's created some opportunities for them, and that's been great to see here.
Yeah, Williams so good at picking her spots. And now it is Elmhurst with a job to try to cut this lead down. It's Cabrera getting some penetration there and throws it down low, and that won't get to go, but she'll go to the line.
Yeah, good job. Urso penetrated, kicked it to Cabrera. Got a little bit of a bad closeout there from Wheaton. Cabrera drove and found Urso. Nice kind of 1-2 game there from Elmhurst.
Worth mentioning that O'Donnell is the first player in this game in double digits now with 13, leading all scorers. Thunder still are led by Nordling with 9. I want to say all 9 of those points were in the first half. So relied on her in the first half, and now are still able to push forward with production from other contributors. Now as this one is stripped, that's Schwen with the pass that gets picked off, and now it's Urso driving up court. Finds Reese, but that won't go. And now ball will go back to the Thunder.
Yeah, tough pass there from Millie. She'll learn it. Those cross-court passes just don't work once you get to the college level. You just got better athletes here. But a break for the Thunder that Elmhurst could not convert on that off that turnover.
Yeah, and Schwen was the program leader in assists for her high school, so she's definitely used to making those passes, but just got to learn how to do it at the college level. Is now we got a scrum down here in the paint, and that's, I think it's a call on the Blue Jays here.
It looks like a foul on O'Donnell swiping down. You're gonna, no matter if you swing like that, doesn't matter whether you get all ball or not. That's sort of an automatic cue for an official to make the call. And a good job, Ellie Castle on the glass.
Out to Tate now. There's Lily Schwen moving it back over to Tate. Tate with a little fake out to Williams. Williams directing traffic, moves it across to Schwen. Kicks it out to Williams with time running out on the shot clock. Drives, floats up, and it just won't get it to go. And I think we have a foul call now on, was that on?
Looks like Wyrick, I think. Yeah, I think Wyrick picked up the foul.
Is that a blocking foul on Wyrick there?
Yeah, late shot clock and handed a good job, just putting her head down, getting her a strong right hand, and created a chance to go to the line and get 2 free throws here and try to extend this lead.
Yep, Hannah Williams has done a lot of her damage this game from the line, where she is 3 for 4 currently, and adds another one. So now it's Urso. 7 minutes to go. Thunder extending this lead up to 17 now. Urso in the corner here. Nice pass down low, but just couldn't be handled by O'Donnell. It looked like a pretty solid pass, and she was open, but just couldn't quite handle it.
Yeah, it was tough. It was good look by Urso, and nice cut by O'Donnell. I think caught Castle a little flat-footed, but thankfully for the Thunder that they weren't able to, a lot of mustard on that pass, I guess, so it got through, but we'll take it.
Swider now, haven't heard from her since she buried those threes as Williams steps back. That would have been quite the conversion, but
yeah, it might have been a little bit of a hurried shot there from Hannah. I know that's her game, and she can hit those shots and has throughout her career, but the way Wheaton has been able to get to the basket and attack, you would have liked to have seen that. As you see right there on cue, Nordling going to the rim and missing, but again, Castle on the glass.
Yeah, nice spin from Nordling, and then Castle with 2 consecutive boards to get that one to go, and the foul. Yeah, that's just hard. What do you do there when you're Cabrera and she's just standing over you and getting all those balls?
Yeah, that's when you've got 6'1" and you're 5'8", You're not going to win that battle too often underneath.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in.
Really good minutes from Ellie tonight. She's played a fantastic game this afternoon. A lot of credit to her how she's played and really helped Wheaton on both ends of the floor.
Into O'Donnell, nice block. Speaking her defensive capabilities on display there as well, but it goes back out to Ryrick and she hits a 3.
Yeah, nice job. Again, Wyrick's had a lot of looks. They haven't quite gone for her, but good on her for confidently shooting that one and putting it in. And Elmhurst is just kind of hanging around a little bit. If you're Wheaton or a Thunder fan out there, you need the team in white to keep attacking.
Williams will do so. That one just rolls off. We'll go back to the Blue Jays. Ursha will send it out to Wyrick, who, yeah, that was her second three-pointer of the game. I think definitely Wyrick and Cabrera look like the primary threats from outside. They got 4 three-pointers between them so far. Now it goes back up to Urso. Now to Cabrera. O'Donnell posturing down low, can't get the ball, but now will. That's a cut there, but can't find anyone, and now we'll get a foul called here.
Yeah, that's tough. With 4 seconds to go on the shot clock, you're kind of bailing her out. There's not a lot of places to go there. Love the way Hannah Williams plays and the aggressiveness she plays with, and it usually benefits the Thunder. In that instance, unfortunately, gives Elmhurst a little bit of new life on the shot clock.
Yeah, went for sort of the drive-by strip there, and that's Schmidt who capitalizes off of that play. Now quickly moved up to Williams. The Thunder looking for this transition game again, out to Swider. Has some room on the baseline, finds Castle. Just a little too hard, but gets her own rebound, as she's done so often tonight. Back to Swider. Finds Nordling. Thunder relax here a little bit, goes to Williams, now to Swider. Nice step, and hits. That's such a clean shot.
Yeah, it's great to see Hannah putting the ball on the deck a little bit here in the second half, really expanding her game, and then obviously just a great one-on-one move. I've seen her over the years quite a bit with her mom and dad in the gym working on that shot right there. So paying off thanks to both the Swiders helping her out.
And that's just a pretty play block from Castle on one end, then down the court, 2 passes, and it's in the basket.
Yeah, the Thunder in transition are just tough. They're Nordling pushing the break. Good job by Williams and Schwen getting out and running, and a really good pass from Hannah. Credit to Wheaton. The lead was cut to 13. A quick little 4-0 run, pushed it back out to 17. A couple possessions with good stops here by Wheaton coming forward. May be able to start to get this game to a place where I don't know that Elmhurst can come back.
Yeah, we're not quite halfway done with this quarter, but yeah, at 17, I believe we were around 13 or 14 going in, so they've extended it just by a little bit, but I mean, they just got to stay even for this fourth quarter and they'll get the win anyway, so. And yeah, they were able to put up 76 in their win over Elmhurst on Tuesday, so I think they're right around that pace, I would say.
Yep.
And 55 for Elmhurst in that loss for them, so it's honestly looking at very similar pace, kind of where we were at before.
Yeah, no question. And one thing, too, if you're Wheaton, you're looking at this game, the offense has been great. What I'm sure Coach Madsen and his staff want from their team is to continue to have the defensive effort that's a lot of these shots Elmhurst is getting, they're just missing, right?
Yeah.
And as you go throughout a season and you're playing against teams, you don't want to play sort of the let's hope they miss game. That won't benefit you well on a night that a team starts hitting shots. So I'm sure Coach Madsen is all in his players' ears going, hey, we've got to do a better job defensively of not allowing really clean looks when another team is just missing. We've got to force them into the tough challenge shots that we feel from a scouting standpoint are the ones we want to get them into.
Urso now. Williams on her. Stops, moves it over to Cabrera, who has some space there and takes it with a little short range too. That doesn't go, but rebound is found. Now Urso moves it out. Cabrera will take this 3. That one's off the mark. Now just a horde of bodies there. We got Swider wide open, but doesn't find her. But now we got Tate, who does find her and puts that up for an easy 2. That's nice patience by Tate to find Swider.
Yep, good job by Mooney leading the break, and Tate coming to a jump stop and throwing a good pass to Swider for the easy 2.
Schmidt over to Urso. Backs down Williams a little bit. Now moves it out to Cabrera. Urso looks. Now this gets kicked out to Schmidt, who takes the shot. That one's wide right and collected by Williams, who looks up court for a teammate but decides to take it herself.
And those last two possessions, all pretty well contested shots by Wheaton. Not ones that I think Elmhurst would look as sort of high quality shots. Yeah, Castle got stuck there, unfortunately. But so good response by Wheaton in these last couple possessions, really forcing Elmhurst to take shots that Wheaton would like them to ultimately end up taking, if that makes any sense, and not allowing Elmhurst to get opportunities that are clean looks to try to inch their way back in and make one last push.
That's Wyrick with the three from the corner. Short on that one. And that'll go back to the Thunder. So yeah, Wyrick definitely, as we've mentioned, has had these looks, but just hasn't gotten them to fall on a consistent basis. Has 2 threes on the night, but when they've really needed them, they just haven't been dropping so far. Now it goes to Tate, who will get called for the travel, her second travel of the game.
Yeah, and it's I know she's looking. It's the right call though. She's just going a little. She's shuffling her feet and just going a little fast. And sometimes that happens when you are really trying to push the aggressive tempo. So just got to do a little better with the footwork. Good switch by Castle.
Wyrick going inside and head to the line off of that play. That's, will not go to line, excuse me, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Hannah just kind of reached in and really wasn't a need for that. I think Mooney had her pretty well locked up. Oh, and a tough turnover there by Castle.
As that's Harrison, who we haven't seen much of yet this game.
Good effort.
You have kind of a broken play here, but it's Tate with 3 in front of her. Had Williams wide open under the basket, but just couldn't find her. Schwen now gets some space, throws that one up.
And credit to Ellie, they had the turnover and again a little quick on the outlet, which was given right back to Elmhurst. But her effort to get the ball back on that dive was great. You love seeing that. Even at any point in the game, watching your team play that hard is something you love to see.
Swider with the missed 3. Haven't seen her miss many of those in this second half. She was hot for a second there, making 2 consecutive, but that one won't go. And now it goes inside to Harrison. Now that's Wyrick driving the baseline, and it's Urso up top. Finds Wyrick again. Now it's Schmidt moving around baseline. This one goes out for a 3. That's short, but collecting her own rebound and getting kind of stood up by Tate, who will get called for the foul.
A pretty good look, and Urso doing a good job of following her shot and getting an offensive rebound, and not something you want to see here if you're Wheaton. You want to kind of finish this game clean. Obviously up 19, 2:22 left. Not very likely that Elmhurst is going to come back and beat you, but you would like to end feeling like, hey, we really closed the game out right.
And that's Tate's 3rd foul of the game, and she had 2 entering this half, so has done a good job overall of just playing intelligently with those 2 fouls and not risking getting into any major trouble. Because that was the reason that we didn't see much of her in the first half. And now it is Hannah Williams moving it over to Tate. Now finds Swider. That one stripped a little bit, but then picked up by Mooney now. Mooney getting some time late in this game. And then looks like away from the play that was Wyrick knocked down, and it'll go back to the Blue Jays. Yeah.
You look like Hannah on the cut, just I guess a little physical on it, but it might have been a little bit of a tough call there for Wheaton.
This one goes to Schmidt. Has Tate on her, moves it inside. Now to Harrison, who gets blocked by Ellie Castle again. And we've seen that pretty consistently throughout this game. Castle is just a presence inside with the blocks. That's her, I want to say, her 4th of the game.
Yeah, no question. She's taken over for Jill Berg and Hannah Frazier were holding that role for for the last several years, and Ellie stepping in and keeping the block party going here in King Arena.
Yeah, definitely. I remember last year casting these games and just how tall the Thunder were with Berg and Hannah Fraser as that one goes for Anna Mooney, but yeah, just keeping that trend going of the blocks.
Yeah, a great job by Mooney. It's, lefty getting to her strong hand, getting downhill. I've been impressed watching her play. She's the Wheaton's got a good young core of players, and obviously that are contributing right now, and will just continue to get better as they learn and get reps. I mean, that's one of the real positives about this season is it's an opportunity for your younger crew to develop and to be in CCIW games, to be in games playing against high-level competition, and just get those reps, right? And it's a little bit of a lower pressure environment, especially with the recent unfortunate announcement about the lack of an NCAA championship for winter sports here this year. You know that, hey, these are games where I can just learn and grow, and that will only benefit the Thunder and really any team obviously that's competing right now long term. So love seeing that from Wheaton.
Yeah, and with what is really a core, I feel like right now of juniors and sophomores, like coming back next year, hopefully, we're in a better spot, and we got a full season underway and a championship underway. That would be great.
Yeah, no doubt.
We're turning a bunch of juniors and some seniors that are ready to make a run. And yeah, this is a great proving ground, great testing ground for all those players. As that too is that layup is good from, I think that's Masato.
Yep, and Wheaton is brought in here a few. We've got number 20, Rachel Brady here, a local product. And we've got 45, Amelia Sniffen, a sophomore out of Pennsylvania, getting her first action of the night. It's good to see Wheaton getting a few more of their players and their younger players some minutes.
Yep, in these last 57 seconds of this one, Thunder up by 17. As it's Elmhurst just trying to close out this game well, I think, at this point. This one goes into Harrison, who gets that one to go, but will get called for the travel, so no good on that basket. And now the Thunder will bring it up court. Lily Schwen, one of those freshmen who's seeing significant minutes for the Thunder. Tries to move it down low, but can't, and then that's stripped by Schmidt with the strip there, and just drives it, takes it to the hoop, and puts that two in.
Yep, and also on the court for Thunder, sorry, I apologize, Hannah Turner, a sophomore out of Texas out there too, getting her first action. So everybody from Wheaton in uniform tonight is going to get an opportunity to play, which is great to see.
Yeah, Hannah Turner, a transfer for the Thunder. This is her first season with the team. Now, as we've entered the last few seconds, we got a call against Elmhurst, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, a little push off. Good work by Brady, playing good defense in the post and got herself into position. And you love to see that someone who hasn't played any minutes but knows, hey, here's the approach we're taking, here's how we play post defense, and when she gets her opportunity, she's doing it. That's paying off in practice and carrying it over to a game, even in limited time. So you love to see that.
Yeah, and the Thunder close out this one 69-54 final. I think just pretty much a very similar effort from them from last game. Just able to, we were really wondering if they were going to take this team seriously in this kind of back-to-back sort of experience here, and they were able to do just that and get the win.
Yeah. Wheaton, a little bit of a business-like approach and did what they needed to do to close this game out. And obviously they'll be moving along and facing more CCIW competition down the stretch. And I think there's some things you can take from this that are real positives, especially the fact that your bench is contributing. You're starting to see younger players stepping up into some roles, and that's what you want. Obviously you've got your core at the top that's experienced, but having that younger group get these chances to play in these games and start to have some success is vital long term, because you're going to need them.
Yeah, Thunder moved to 4-1. Elmhurst now to 1-4. We'll see you back here on the 13th is the next home game for the Thunder. And for John Panner, I'm John Mark Mills. We'll see you next time.
Yep, it was great, Millsy. We'll see you.